Hello and welcome to this information session about computing at Dumfries&Galloway College. My name is Robert and I'm one of the 4 computing lecturers that work currently at the college. I've been in computing for well over 30 years of my professional career, and I've seen lots of changes in time. Consider this, at the moment everybody's talking about robots and how robots are going to do away with many of the jobs that we currently do. But as always, robots bring with them many other jobs. For instance, who is going to actually build those robots? Who's going to program the robots? And who's going to service and maintain the robots during their life? We're obviously going to connect the robots onto networks. So who's going to build the networks? We're obviously going to get them to communicate with other computers or even maybe with the cloud. So there's a security issue there. The cyber security area starts to rear its head, and we're thinking, who's going to protect? Who's going to understand and look after that? And as they work, these robots are going to generate a phenomenal amount of data. Who's going to analyse that? That's our data scientists. And we're all walking around nowadays with smartphones and generating more data through social media. So who's going to fill all these jobs that robots and computers are going to bring with them when they appear in the future? Well, of course, that's going to be you. But where do you start? Well, quite easily, at Dumfries&Galloway College, we've got 5 courses that you can apply for. Okay, it doesn't matter where you're starting. If you haven't been in education for a few years and you're just thinking about coming in, well, you're here now sitting in front of me. So you may as well think about a course. Our entry-level course is for people who've never thought about coming to college and never thought about computing. It combines both. We'll get you in with a nice start in computing, a foundation beginnings, which will let you also experience the college for all its benefits. You'll meet many other students. You'll be able to get involved, if you wish, with the Students' Association. And you'll be able to take part in many other activities which are going on. We also at the college, of course, we have a full support environment to help our students so that we can concentrate on doing the computing. The 3 lower levels of the course, level 1, which is the first level, which is our introductory level, the intermediate level and the advanced level certificates, they're all SQA certificates that you'll get at the end of the year. The next level up is the higher national certificate, which is an advanced level course as well. And it's often seen as being equivalent to first year at university. Those who are successful at HNC can transfer on up to HND. So, in amongst those courses, we have various levels. At the lower levels, we start off nice and easy with some programming, maybe a little bit of game development and programming, understanding the systems, maybe opening the systems up and having a look at them. We often do bits of web development and security and applications. And as we progress up through the years, you get more and more involved and your understanding and knowledge is improved. Eventually, when you get up to HNC and HND, you come towards the end of your work with us. The HND students, many of them will leave and look for employment, and many will move on into other universities. For instance, once you finish your HND at Dumfries&Galloway College, you can get an automatic entry if you meet the requirements into the UWS third year degree in computing science on the Crichton site, just next door in Dumfries. Or, like some of our other students, we have 1 or 2 this year looking to go to Abertay in Dundee, and there's one looking to apply across into Napier for different courses. In fact, one of our students, she left last year to go to UWS after her HND to study cyber security at Hamilton UWS, and she entered straight into the third year. We also had 1 or 2 students last year leave and go to Napier College. They left from HNC year, so they didn't stay till HND, but they went to Napier University to study cyber security there. So there's options all round. In recent years, the council have taken 1 or 2 of our students from the HNC level and below to work in their particular IT and computing related disciplines. And I've seen NHS a few years ago has taken 1 or 2 of our computing students as well. There's certainly plenty of opportunities to get into this. We deliver a computer science course, okay, and it gives you a broad range of knowledge, skills and exposure to computing related topics that stand you in good stead as you move through looking to go to employment or looking to transfer on up towards HNCs, HNDs. So often I'm asked questions. First question is, how do I get onto one of these courses? Well, it's quite simple. You go to the college website at www.dumgal.ac.uk. I'll put a little screen at the end for you to see. And you search for computing and you look at the courses. On there you'll find all the information you need about how long the course lasts for, how many hours a week you're coming in or days you're coming into the course, what your timetable would be like, and so on. And also the entry requirements. Okay, now the entry requirements are a guide, mainly for people who are probably coming from school or otherwise. For instance, HNC requires you to have 2 hires to be able to enter, and the intermediate computing course requires you to have 4 national 4s. But that's not necessary. If you've not been in education for a few years and you're thinking of returning, then of course experience becomes the most important thing. What have you been doing for the last year or 2? How have you been working with computers? And that can allow us to make a decision as to which is the best course for you. Of course, once you've applied, every student gets the opportunity to come back and go to an advice session where you'll meet myself or one of my 3 colleagues who will talk you through the course and everything else. So which one should you apply for? Well, read the information online, decide which one meets and matches to you and is the one you think you should be doing. And then when you come to the advice session, we'll advise you appropriately. And if we think you've picked the wrong one, we'll say, well, maybe you should think of the other one of the other courses. But either way, we should be able to find a computing course for you, because if you've applied, you're clearly very keen to get started and join this industry. As I said previously, many of our previous students have left and gone into great roles. Many go on to university. Only last summer, 2 of our previous students have graduated from Caledonian University in Glasgow with honours degrees, and they're doing fantastically well at this time and a great credit. And where did they start? At Dumfries&Galloway College. So thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, the details are at the end of the slide, or you'll find them on our website, and I look forward to getting an application from you soon, and hopefully I'll get to meet you when you start the course later this year.